The lawsuit was billed as an existential battle for the soul of artificial intelligence. It carried a staggering $134 billion claim and promised to decide the ethical future of the industry. But after 11 days of testimony, the jury deliberated for less than 2 hours. Elon Musk's sweeping allegations against OpenAI were thrown out entirely. The legal apparatus discarded the case on a simple calendar technicality. The abrupt verdict doesn't erase what happened before the jury left the room. Discovery forced the highly secretive world of elite AI development to open its books to the public for the first time. The trial's evidentiary record is now packed with private executive diaries detailing raw financial ambition, text messages containing overt threats, and sworn testimonies from top executives denouncing the honesty of their own leadership. Analyzing how a tax-funded charity was legally morphed into a private wealth engine reveals exactly who exerts control over this technology and the specific lengths they will go to secure it. In 2015, Google's DeepMind was aggressively cornering the market on premier AI talent. Internal communications show that Musk and other tech leaders viewed the prospect of a Google monopoly as a direct threat to biological intelligence. This diagram contrasts standard corporate structures with OpenAI's original design, a 501c3 charity. The public subsidized this, assuming the intellectual property belonged to humanity, but that model broke against compute. Training advanced AI requires massive semiconductor clusters. Exponential hardware costs quickly overwhelmed charitable donations. To solve the funding crisis, Musk proposed absorbing OpenAI directly into Tesla to act as a cash cow. When the founders rejected that idea, Musk threatened to withhold all future funding and ultimately severed his ties with the lab. Without Musk's money, the physical reality of server costs forced a pivot. The lab required billions in outside capital, introducing profit motives into an organization built on philanthropic mandates. In 2018, the nonprofit transferred its intellectual property to a for-profit partnership, securing Microsoft's investment. Microsoft licenses this until a subjective, board-controlled kill switch activates at AGI. A 2025 restructuring then capped the charity's equity at 26%, directing 74% to private investors. The trial exposed the raw ambition driving these mechanics. The court forced OpenAI president Greg Brockman to read from his private diary, where he actively calculated his personal path to making $1 billion. These complex corporate transitions were meticulously engineered. If this technology generates near infinite wealth, the vast majority of that money will bypass the philanthropic foundation entirely. The fragility of the remaining nonprofit board was exposed in November 2023 when they abruptly fired CEO Sam Altman. On the witness stand, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella testified that within 24 hours of that firing, he modeled a $25 billion contingency plan. Microsoft rapidly incorporated a new subsidiary, ready to instantly hire Altman and absorb every defecting OpenAI staff member. When Altman was reinstated, Microsoft used its financial leverage to dictate the board's reconstitution. Nadella admitted under oath that he personally intervened to block rival tech executives with ties to Google and Amazon from holding board seats. Microsoft executed this aggressive competitor suppression without holding a single formal board seat or possessing any legal governance authority over the nonprofit. This architecture allows a tech giant to wield total operational control over a startup while remaining completely insulated from antitrust laws and charitable trust liabilities. Looking at this timeline, the dismissal becomes obvious. Critical IP transfers occurred between 2018 and 2019. The legal cutoff date was August 2020. Musk filed in 2024, missing the window by 4 years. This chronological fortress proved he delayed, avoiding a ruling on stolen assets. The trial also exposed the contradictions in the plaintiff's case. Musk framed his lawsuit as an altruistic crusade, but defense attorneys introduced text messages proving Musk was actively trying to maintain friendly ties with OpenAI, purely to poach its top talent for his own corporate gain. At the exact same time, Sam Altman's public reputation was dismantled by his own team. Former OpenAI executive Mira Murati testified under oath that Altman's chronic deception created a catastrophic risk of the company falling apart. A procedural calendar rule ended this proxy war between deeply compromised billionaires, leaving the underlying moral allegations unresolved. With the lawsuit dismissed and the threat of judicial dissolution gone, OpenAI's executives have cleared the path for a massive initial public offering. Analysts project the organization could be valued at roughly $1 trillion. However, state regulators like California Attorney General Rob Bonta are not bound by that same strict statute of limitations. They maintain broad authority to investigate the original transfer of those tax-exempt charitable assets. This successful legal defense provides a highly effective strategy for future startups. It demonstrates that transitioning public assets to a commercial subsidiary can successfully bypass public oversight if the process lasts long enough to run out the clock. The sworn testimonies permanently dismantled the myth of the altruistic tech founder. The public watched as executive diaries, stories of physical intimidation, and blatant financial greed were entered into the permanent legal record. The individuals architecting artificial general intelligence are ultimately driven by the exact same paranoia, pettiness, and ruthless capitalism as the monopolies they promise to destroy.